welcome to Pandora's Box. Today I'm going to do a set review on Yugioh, specifically Lightning Overdrive. So this is a product by Konami. I'm going to review the Japanese version. This is the fourth set of the 11 series, whatever that means. Fourth set of the 11 series, and it has a set size of 125 cards. It was released in January 2021, and this is a product that is made in Japan. So the number one thing, the first criteria that I rate my review on is actually vision. So vision basically refers to the concept of the set, the theme, the lore. Is it coherent as a concept? What's the intention of this concept, and what is the scale of this concept? And does it capture imagination? So, wait, where's my Lightning Overdrive? Oh yeah, this is Lightning Overdrive. This was Blazing Vortex. Okay, so in terms of vision, this is a very typical Yu-Gi-Oh set. In terms of the theme, it's sort of like they have a common kind of like playground, roller coasters, and a fun fair kind of theme. So I guess in terms of concept, yes, it's there. I do not know whether there's a specific lore behind this. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not too sure whether there's lore behind this. Whether specifically there's a story or episodes, anime episodes behind this. But I do see the theme. I do see what they're trying to do here, and so I guess in terms of effort, yeah, I think in terms of not effort, sorry, in terms of their vision, I do see what they are trying to achieve here. So the next criteria that I'm going to touch on is the illustration. So basically that means the quality of artwork, how the colors mix together, does it have flavor, and does the vision actually tie into the cards itself. So in terms of illustration, right, I do think this is very Yu-Gi-Oh-y. The set is very Yu-Gi-Oh-y. So Yu-Gi-Oh artwork, right, has a sort of it's a little bit whimsical. So have a very, very special vibe to its own artwork. One thing that I admire about Yu-Gi-Oh artwork is that the artwork, right, the art style, right, is consistent since, right, the days of its first ever anime. So the very, very first anime, the art style is really, some of the cards, right, you can tell that it feels the same, shares the same art style with like, you know, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Dark Magician, Dark Magician Girl, all this. So the art style, I have to say, has been consistent, right, for the past, what, 20 years? Or 20, I mean, is it less than 20 years? I don't know how many odd years that Yu-Gi-Oh has been around. So animation, I mean, in terms of art style, right, I think it is done very well. Even though personally, I'm not a big fan of this style of illustration, but I do see the appeal. I do see, I can see the effort that's being put into maintaining this style so that it actually stands out. So like some of the other cards, like for example, for like Card Fight Vanguard or some of the other, or the more similar ones, sometimes when you look at those cards, you can't tell one IP from the other. But Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right? You look at Yu-Gi-Oh cards, you know, oh, these are Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So it has a very, very distinct styling. Not even Magic retains all that kind of styling. Like for example, you look at Alpha, Beta, Revised, 3rd and 4th edition on all those cards compared to Magic cards today. Magic cards has evolved so much in terms of the complexity of the artwork and all these things. The good and bad, I mean, the artwork could have evolved, okay, but I mean the conscientious choice, right, to maintain that styling for that 10-20 years, I do think it's a positive. It's not a negative. It is a positive for Yu-Gi-Oh and specifically Lightning Overdrive. So the next criteria is realization. Realization is how they implement the vision and the flavor into the card itself. Basically, it's the card quality, the flavor text, the printing, the foiling, and overall effort that's put into this. So for this one, same in terms of quality of, I mean, all Yu-Gi-Oh cards quality is almost the same. I have to say Yu-Gi-Oh card quality is a little bit weaker as compared to Magic. I'm not even comparing the foils here, okay? I'm comparing the non-foils. Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh card quality is, I feel that it's a little bit weaker compared to Magic and Pokemon. So in terms of card quality, but it has been constant, the card quality has been the same for the past, I don't know how many years. So yeah, in terms of flavor text, I do not know whether they have flavor text or not. So some of the cards here, because they are in Japanese, so I can't tell whether do they have flavor text, but I guess not. I guess not. And I'm not sure whether they do have like additional stories or like short stories are online where we can catch up on some of the storylines for some of all these monsters and the cards and all these things. I'm not sure, but I have to say in terms of realization, implementation, I think yes, done quite well, because I do feel the flavor, I do feel what concept, because I have not read up on Lightning Overdrive at all, but I can feel the concept, what it's trying to do, the theme that's seeping through. So I guess for realization, I guess average. I can't say that it's a tremendous effort, but at least, right, it is the usual standard that Yu-Gi-Oh churns out. So okay, it's average for realization. So this next criteria is the most important, I feel, out of all the criteria, especially in the context of a TCG, is the gamble. The gamble, the gacha portion, which is more about the short-term value, the emotional impact when you're opening the packs, whether it gives you excitement and all this. So I think in terms of the gacha element, I think it's also middling. There are certain cards you pull, right, I think quite valuable. Cards like so for every set like this, right, the base set is about 80 cards. It is actually quite common for all the Yu-Gi-Oh sets. And then the full set is about 125 cards. That's including all the holographics, prismatics, and all the secrets. And I know all those very, very special rare. A lot. It's basically exactly the same art, but just with different foiling. Okay. So in terms of the, unfortunately for me, as non-Yu-Gi-Oh player, non-Yu-Gi-Oh insider, I do not know what cards I open. So like certain cards are certain chase cards, right? Okay, I think this is the chase card of the set. So this is the card where they have a sort of a holographic rare. So the holographic rare is only one piece in the whole set, which is the most sort of the card. The number one chase card is the holographic rare. So a card like this one, like this Dark Angel over here. So is this guy or girl? I think that's a guy. Okay, so this guy Angel over here. So a card like this guy has got like 4 different types of foil. So there's a normal foil like this. I think there's a secret foil. Is it called a secret foil or something? And then there's a prismatic foil, and then there's like a holographic foil. So for outsiders like us, right, I can't tell. Sometimes I get 2 of the same cards. They're different foiling, but I do not know that what are the various foilings are. I know this one specifically is more a failing on my side because I'm not a Yu-Gi-Oh insider. But I do think that this does pull down the value a bit, because imagine if an outsider comes in. So I might pull a 1 in don't know how many case holographic rare, but I won't know it. I'm like, where's the excitement? I don't know what's the excitement, because I need to really go and verify, hey, what is this card? What is this card? Look at this kind of foiling. What kind of rare is this? So that's the down part over there. And in terms of the value distribution, most of the value is very typical with Japanese TCGs. Value distribution is very, very skewed towards that few cards. So that one chase card holds like maybe like 50-60% of the value of the whole set. So it's very, very skewed. So I do, in terms of that, it's like when you open cards, when you open packs, right, either you get that or you don't get that. So other cards that you pull, right, no matter what, prismatic or what, you don't really feel that kind of impact, or you don't really anticipate. You're only looking for that one card. So in that case, for the gamble, maybe I'll score it a little bit lower. So criteria number 6 is innovation. And so innovation is about the gameplay itself. It's about the product, how they price the product, how they distribute the product, how they promote the product. So it's actually more external to the cards than internal. So it's basically a lot of what the company does to really promote and how to complement that product. In terms of innovation, I think this is just another set within that kind of machine, that kind of what Konami is really churning out. So it is a very, very effective system. So in terms of promotion, it's always the same. That couple of YouTube videos, that small amount of YouTube ads, the small amount, and the announcement on their sites. I don't know what they really do to drive the hype for products like this. But of course, it's a small product, so I don't think they also want to invest too much resources into hyping up product. Unlike, let's say, the most, I can tell you the best examples of this is Magic and Pokemon. So prior to that, like the release of each set, there's so like what they tie up with influencers, they do card reviews, they have all those, it is really it is a different game altogether. So like in terms of innovation, I guess power creep. I don't really see power creep as an innovation. I see power creep more as a hook to get you to continue to buy more cards so that you can at least stay at the same power level. Your decks won't lose power. So power creep, I think is a net minus on innovation. Okay, it's a net minus. And in terms of there's no additional card type. There's no special promotion. All these things. So I think for innovation, for Lightning Overdrive, I think it's nil. Okay, so the last criteria that I want to quickly touch on is the novelty aspect. So in terms of nostalgia, I think this has got very, very strong nostalgia because of the art style. Okay, because it is staying true to its roots. Very, very, very iconic Yu-Gi-Oh cards staying true to its roots. So in terms of novelty, okay, long-term value, long-term financial value, I'm not too sure whether it's applicable. I'm not too sure of the long-term financial values of some of this product. Actually, I'm very negative about long-term financial value because of how Konami implements power creep within Yu-Gi-Oh itself. So long-term value, I don't think long-term financial value, I do not think that it is there. Long-term nostalgic value, I think yes. Is this set original? It's not original. Is this set significant within the grand scheme of things? This is what like fourth set of what, the 11th cycle or something like that. What I also I'm not following at all. You see, but the cards are really, the art style is so nostalgia. You see after so many years they are still drawing the pot of greed the same. You see the pot of greed is almost exactly the same. Doesn't change at all. You see, so in terms of nostalgia, I do think that it is a slight win. It is a slight win, just for the purpose that people will look back at this and this. Oh yeah, this is Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh has been doing this for so long, and so this is sort of like building on to its legacy kind of thing. So in terms of novelty, yes, I think it has scored well. Okay, so for the final grade, I think that overall this product deserves a 2.5 stars. Aww. So why 2.5 stars? It is, I feel that this is a product that is right in the middle of the line. It is like the guy who struggles to pass in a test, every time get 50 marks kind. This is exactly the Yu-Gi-Oh seems like the IP, the OCG itself, the game itself, the franchise itself, right, seems to be like a benchmark for being mediocre. So, anything that feels better than Yu-Gi-Oh is probably a good product. Anything that feels weaker than Yu-Gi-Oh is a below average product. So for me personally, I do feel that Yu-Gi-Oh just stands right in the middle of all this, just stands right in the middle of the sea of TCGs that I experienced. So that's why I give it a 2.5 stars. And also it's easier for me to sort of do my distribution and bell curve and everything. It is not a knock on Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, 2.5 stars is not a knock on Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh has got its own fans, very fervent. And I know some of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards can be so pricey, and then the fans are very, very crazy on Yu-Gi-Oh. And I suspect that Yu-Gi-Oh might have a bigger competitive scene, right, than Magic or Pokemon. So that does go in Yu-Gi-Oh's flavor. But specifically for me, as a non-Yu-Gi-Oh insider when I'm opening Yu-Gi-Oh packs, right? That kind of excitement, that kind of investment that I had with Yu-Gi-Oh is not really there. That might change with the more packs that I open and I start to appreciate Yu-Gi-Oh much more. But so far, at this point in time, Lightning Overdrive will receive a firm 2.5 stars from me. Okay? So thank you everyone for listening to me ramble again. Okay, at least this time I'm not complaining because the last video I did was the Final Fantasy. You all should go and watch the Final Fantasy one. That was like dumpster fire or what. I don't know how to describe. Words can't describe the shittiness I feel with the Final Fantasy product. Okay, this is a good product. Would I recommend you buy? Yes. Sure, you can buy this, go and experience this, go and experience what Yu-Gi-Oh is about. As a Yu-Gi-Oh insider, as a Yu-Gi-Oh fanatic, of course, this is good standard, good products. As a non-insider like me, right? Maybe a few boxes just to scratch the inch or just to scratch the itch, and would I get more? Do I look forward to more? I do look forward, but not as strong as I would look forward to other products like so even Card 5, certain for Card 5 Vanguard, I'm actually very, very much looking forward to. Even though Card 5 Vanguard, I feel overall as an IP is slightly below par as compared to Yu-Gi-Oh. So right. So please do help me to like and subscribe. Okay, like and subscribe. Don't dislike, just like. Okay, and I'll see you all for the next video. Bye bye.